Okay, let's go. Greetings, everyone. This is Payman Lozi, host, your friend, your coach. Today, we're kicking off day 5 of the May 5-day class for the month of May, the Profitable Podcast Launch Challenge. In a way, I'm sad because it's ending, but I'm excited because I can't wait to see how you guys going to take this information and run with it, fly with it, reach the moon, the stars, Andromeda, and so on and so forth. So let's get going. I'm excited. Let me start sharing my screen and day 5, make sure I have the right. Okay. Do you guys see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. Let me put this down. Okay. So today is we're going to be putting everything together. Today is going to be all about path to leads on demand and clients organically in as little as 60 days, if not even 30 days, even if you have no audience. So we're going to start with looking at step number 1 was what's your zone of genius? What's a pain point you can solve and for who? And the last piece of that puzzle is where is that person hanging out? And we simply put ourselves in front of them. So today we're going to look where does your ideal listener, prospect, clients, and audience hang out the most? Then we're going to be mapping out your first 10, 20, 100 billion episodes and beyond, and then put it together so you can have your own system, reliable system to get leads on demand and clients organically to your very own profitable podcast and YouTube channel. And as little as 60, I would even dare to say, and as little as 30 days if you really act on it, and even if you have no audience. So this is the agenda, same as usual. Let's fly through. Before we start, any questions about anything we did on day 4?
No.
All right, cool. Let's get going then. So now let's take a look at where is your audience hanging out the most.
Yeah, it's perfect now if you want to use it.
Okay, let me mute you. Okay, mute.
Okay.
Okay. So to identify where is your ideal audience hanging out the most, whether it's online or offline, we just need to look at what is the person that we can help at the highest level. For example, for me, it's been mostly on Facebook. For someone else, for example, for you, Christine, LinkedIn can be a gold mine, especially if you're looking to reach people that are looking to raise money at the highest level for big sums of money. Then LinkedIn is the way. Someone like you, Princess, from what I understand from your business, Facebook groups. Facebook groups are an absolute gold mine, and I'm not kidding. For me, Facebook group is what allowed me to get back on my feet. My first 50 clients, if not more, for 60, 70 clients came all from Facebook groups. And sorry, from and through Facebook groups. So again, to identify where is our ideal clients hanging out the most, again, we need to look at your zone of genius. What's the pain point you're addressing and solving through your podcast, your business? Who's your avatar? And what's your irresistible Godfather offer? And then simply going there and inviting them. Next, let me put this up. So as I mentioned yesterday, before you publish your podcast and make it live, I highly recommend you record at least 10, if not 15 episodes, which I call your foundational episodes. And your foundational episodes are going to do two things for you. One is going to build your portfolio, and second is going to basically be on-the-job training for you to learn how to identify the right person to invite, reaching out to them, inviting them, scheduling them, and then getting on calls, testing your system, recording, editing, uploading, and then promoting all that good stuff. You will learn that in the process. And the best way to do that is simply reach out either to people inside this very container, this one in the US. In the US, we have a bigger group, but also inside the Facebook group, we have over 300 people. So don't be shy. Just reach out to them or even make a post. Say, hey guys, I'm launching my podcast. I just went to the 5-day challenge. I'm looking to get my first 10, 15 guests on my podcast. As simple as that. And you will be flooded. Let me warn you that you will be flooded. And if you already have a business, even better, just reach out to your existing or past clients and you say, "Hey, Mary, hey, Mike, it was amazing working with you. I love the transformation, the result that we're able to achieve for you together. I'm excited. I'm launching my podcast, and I would love for you to be one of my first guests on my podcast." And they would be responding to you fast, even before you even had finished sending them a message. They was, "Oh, absolutely. Just say when." That's what I mean. Never put yourself in a position to beg, chase, to ask, beg, or chase instead of invite. This is what I mean. When you invite, you turn the tables. You're the one being chased as opposed to you chasing people. So this is what I mean for your foundational 10, 15 episodes. Does that make sense, guys? All right. So do that. Once you have your base of 10, 15, even better if you can get 20, but at the bare minimum, 10 episodes before you go out and invite people that you don't know yet. Because once you reach out to people, to cold people that you don't know, the first thing they will do, they want to check you out. Oh, let me check out this person's podcast, which is, we all do that, which is human nature. And if they see that you have less than 5 or 10 episodes, not interested. That, because if you have less than 10 episodes, it's going to send them the wrong message. Oh, this person is an amateur. They're not really committed. They're not serious. And I don't want to waste my time with them. But if they see you have 20, 10, 20, 30, 50, or whatever, over 100, then you're golden. And so, wow, this person is committed, is serious, and I want to be part of this. So, does that make sense? All right, cool. Now, mapping out your first basically 10, 20, 100, 1 million, 1 billion episodes. It's all going to be the same once you have the framework. Again, once you build your foundational episodes, you can just simply start reaching out and inviting your ideal clients based on what I just said. But you're not going to be inviting randoms. We're going to be inviting, basically interviewing our prospects. You interview your prospect. Repeat after me, interviewing my prospects. Not randoms, because we're not launching a podcast for a hobby. This is for business. You wanna be, you wanna be mindful as to who you bring, you wanna be strategic. So again, and in order to achieve that, you need to know exactly what is a pain point you're solving, for who, and who's that person, where they're hanging out. And you simply put yourself in front of them. That's it. Game over. And once you do that, you simply invite them. Hey, my name is Princess. My name is Christine. My name is Payment. I'm the host of the Super Duper podcast. I've been following you for a while. I just saw something about you. I love what you're doing, and I would love for you to come on my podcast. When you're just starting out, I would recommend you to be honest and say, "Listen, I just launched my podcast, and I would love for you to be one of my first guests on my podcast." And people will respect that. Okay. All right. Here's the recap of the golden rule that I explained before. Never put yourself in a position to ask, beg, or chase someone. Instead, invite them. And that applies to everything, not just business. Even try to the family, your spouse, your kids, your neighbor, everybody around you. Invite them as opposed to asking them, and see the response will be completely different. All right, now let's take a look at some common reasons holding people back.
Sorry. Can you please go back to the previous slide just for a moment?
This one?
Yes. Thank you.
No problem.
You can move on now.
Thank you. All right. Okay. So here are some common reasons that are holding people back for pretty much everything: launching their podcast, launching their business, sharing their stories, and so on and so forth. First and foremost is the big one. Number one, as we say, lack of clarity. They want to help everyone, and they don't know where to start. And as I explained the other day, the easiest place, the obvious place to start is right here. Yourself. Your crap is your gold. Look at your life. Look at all the challenges you've overcome. Look at take an inventory of your core expertise and core skills, your talents, your wisdoms, your experiences, and all that. But ultimately, the best one, the most profitable, the most impactful will be your story. All the challenge, all the crap that you've overcome yourself. Does it make sense? Cool. How many of you can relate with that one? Lack of clarity. I have no idea what to do, what to start, especially you, Christine. I know you've been overwhelmed, but we're making progress in the right direction. We're getting there. We're getting there. Be positive, okay? Be optimistic. We're getting there.
No, if I'm the host, I can't tell my story, can I? It's got to be about the guest.
Yes.
Surely.
Yes.
Oh,
But
okay.
what I mean is lack of clarity as to what is the pain point you're solving. What is your business going to be around? This is what I meant. Of course, when you invite someone, yes, you're the host. It's all about them, but that doesn't mean that you just sit mute like a statue. You interact, you talk in a very natural, just the way you would do with someone all day long. When you sit with someone across the table, you talk with them, it's a back and forth. But the difference with podcasting is you let them speak, you don't interrupt them. The next one is, I don't have the time. I'm too busy. I don't have the time to start a podcast. How many of you can relate with that? You?
The thing
Okay.
is, I find that excuse isn't real.
Okay.
It's not a reason, it's an excuse, I mean.
Mhm.
Because when you can find the time, you'd be surprised how much time you have in a day.
As
If you
opposed to
really
scrolling Instagram or TikTok or YouTube.
yeah, I find if you replace those things that don't profit
Yeah.
you
Mhm.
with something that really profit you, you'll find the time.
That's it. Absolutely. And also, anyone that's been doing online business, as long as they're serious and committed, they're getting on calls all day long. How many calls do you take each day with a prospect, with a client, with your students each day on average? How many calls do you guys get on?
Well, I haven't gotten on any yet
Okay. But
because I'm
once
just starting.
you do get, you will have your calendar filled, my friend. Let me tell you that. How about
This is my greatest commitment. It's 2 hours every day.
okay.
That's that's what 5
Okay.
is 10 hours, isn't it?
All right.
Out of the week.
Okay. So what I'm gonna share with you guys is gonna be you don't need to spend any more time than you're already spending. Just for example, Christine, you said you spend 2 hours. Why not take half of that time, 1 hour, press the record button and turn that into a podcast? I'm not asking you to change your lifestyle drastically and create extra time. No, just take one of those 2 hours, press the record button on your computer, and have a conversation. Heart-to-heart conversation to get to know the person. Same thing for you. On average, when I talk with people, with other coaches, they get on average on 3 to 5 calls a day. Now, why not turn just one of those calls into a podcast? You're already sitting in front of the computer. Just press the damn record button, you know? Sorry for my language. Go ahead there, Princess.
Just a question. You said one pain point, and then people can pay you for the other pain points that they may have.
Yes.
How do you find enough information to cover one pain point? Because, and I know the same pain point is in several different people, so you can interview as many as you can. But if you're having, for example, like a teaching moment, which those are necessary because that's who I am.
Yeah.
And because you said one of the
Give
greatest
you an
thing that we
example.
can
Let
do
me give you
is
an example. Let me give you an certain interrupt. Let me give you an example from a lady, a student from the U.S. class. She's also from the Caribbean and one of the islands in the Caribbean. She says initially she wanted to help people with chronic diseases, which is pretty wide, pretty vague. And then
I've heard.
upon further probing with her live and asking her, so what chronic disease have you experienced yourself? She said she's had mostly liver issue and brain issue. By just asking now, and I just suggested her instead of tackling to help everyone with any chronic disease, which is next to impossible, especially if you've never experienced yourself cancer, which I would never wish anyone, then you're not going to be able to really help someone that is going through it. So again, by talking to her and probing, asking better questions, deeper questions, and suggesting to finding out that she's been struggling with liver conditions and brain issues, which she's by now overcome. Now I told her, listen, why don't you just focus on that? Now she has a clarity. She goes just helping those people. So for example, whatever issue you want to help someone, Princess, you simply talk about that on your podcast, on your channel, on your Facebook, and you focus on that, and the people who are also facing that, they will reach out to you. They will respond.
Because the greatest ones I faced was burnout and stress.
Okay.
And I can tell you from now that came as because I was not fulfilled. I didn't love what I was doing. And that is why I found everything annoying and stressful.
Mhm.
It just felt hard because even though you can do the work, it doesn't give you fulfillment. So that is why I ended up burning. And then it's a lot of the same kind of work that you don't like. So
Yeah.
you end up feeling stress, burnout, and sometimes very unappreciated.
Yeah.
Do you invite people to have a discovery call with you?
Yes.
No, I haven't
Me
done
or
any
her?
of that yet. As I said, I am brand new.
Yeah.
Starting here.
Well, that's what quite often what I do, but I will only have a certain number of discovery calls in a week because there are other clients that want one-to-one or have already booked one-to-one development work with me. So that's different to my discovery calls. Discovery calls are just about getting to know people,
Exactly.
having a chat, find out where they are, what is it they want, what do they want to discuss. Then it might go forward, and then you might book a full meeting with them where you scope whatever it is they want to do.
That's it.
But discovery calls, I find you can get a bit bogged down. You can get too many of them, so you don't do any of the real work.
And one thing I would also suggest, because people are getting disillusioned with the word discovery calls because they know it's a sales call, I
Yeah.
prefer to call it a meet and greet.
Yes.
A meet and greet.
And
Meet and greet means, hey, listen, let's get to know each other.
Yes.
Hey, tell me, Princess, what's your story? Tell me about you. Tell me about your business. What are you struggling with? Get to know them, have a conversation, but keep the conversation short, 20 to 30 minutes. And just
And what else I do is I actually try to find them on LinkedIn and find out a bit about them before I actually speak to them.
Yes.
Because again, if they're trying to sell me something, they're just going to waste half an hour of my time.
Yeah.
They're trying to sell me a sales call.
Yeah.
But if they truly are possible clients, then a discovery call, I usually give them actually longer than half an hour, sometimes up to an hour. And if it's really interesting and really get to know them.
Yes. You have to be discerning. You have to make sure, because otherwise they will keep you and try to milk you as much as possible.
And I'm quite upfront with them as well. That sometimes I get back to people on LinkedIn and I say, look, I've had a look at your profile, and quite honestly, I'm not where you think I am at the moment. So I would be wasting your time as well as mine. And most people accept that.
Yeah.
They just go away then.
Lorenzo, I have been on a challenge even recently where somebody said, when you're new, you can say to them, post it on social media to say that, I can get this result for you. If you're interested, DM me.
Yeah.
And one man did it and he got about 30 people saying, yes, I want that. So now he's turning that into a webinar.
Yeah.
Where we can serve them as a group.
Yeah.
And then invite them to go deeper with him.
Yeah. These are things that I go in depth inside the academy.
Oh, okay.
I go deep into those.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember those, Christine. We go deep into the ask method and all that. Yeah.
I've done one actually since I did that with you.
Yeah.
I forgot to tell you, but I did get a group of ladies together that were all
Oh,
into health, and
music.
they all wanted to know about bid writing. Could they get any money for to back up what they were trying to do in their business? So I got a group of about 30 of them together, and
Oh,
then just did a
wow.
Q&A session with them.
Are you
Uh,
telling me that?
yeah, sorry.
You hate me, right? Because why do you tell me that? That's amazing. I want to celebrate your wins.
So how many clients did you get from the 30?
I got about 5, and I got some that are not quite
Really?
ready, but they're coming back later. Yes, yeah.
Hey, book a time for next week. We'll do a proper podcast on that. I want to grill you on that, okay?
Oh, I see. Okay, feedback and evaluation.
Yes,
All
yes.
right.
Christine, these are the kind of things you have to tell
I,
me.
Yeah,
I,
but
yeah,
yeah.
this is what I said to myself, that I'm just going to put something out there in terms of the pain point and
Mhm.
say I can help you get this result. Who is it? Kind of
Mm.
thing.
Yeah.
Um,
People do like, as Lonzo just proved, people do like to know about your success. And if you're not telling them about your success, then
Yeah.
then you won't get any new clients. But
so
if you
how did
say,
you
well, I
word
have,
it?
sorry,
How did you word it? What did you say to the women?
the way, actually, the one woman put out that Christine does bid writing. So one lady came to me and said, "Oh, I hear that you do bid writing." And I said, "Yes." And then she said, "Well, why don't you do it as a session? Why don't 30 of us come?" So that's how it came. It came from a group
Oh,
of ladies that already existed.
okay.
But I mean, I did like payments just done now. I did slides and everything, and I kept them, and then I offered them the slides afterwards. But it was just really for them to try and understand whether they would even qualify for a bid.
Oh,
So
awesome, awesome. Let's
yeah,
let's move forward. But yeah, this is very powerful when you do it the right way. You simply ask a question, hey, what's your number one pain point? Or I'm gonna host an event where I'm gonna help you solve X and
Okay.
something like this.
but what also I've done is when I know there's some funding around somewhere,
Mm,
I will put out, oh, there's some funding coming up for such and such. I can help you if you want to apply for that. And
yeah.
again, you'll get 30 or 40 people that suddenly think, oh wow, I could apply for that. So I've got about 8 in Sri Lanka that are all small farmers or small agricultural people.
Amazing.
And they all want to bid into this fund that is there for development. So I want to form them into a cooperative. But that, it's step by step. It's getting them into your arms to start with, and then finding out what it is they want.
Yeah, I do that
It takes
regularly.
time.
Yeah.
It takes time.
It's basically called, Princess is called a hand-raising post. Those colorful posts on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
You see
didn't
those?
know that.
Those
Yeah, yeah.
colorful ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just colorful, they call the hand-raising post because you ask people, hey, comment yes or comment one or raise your hand if you're interested. This is what it's about. So when I do that mostly to get my next batches of guests for my podcast. Hey, I go to a specific Facebook group. I say, listen, I'm looking for outside entrepreneurs, authors, coaches, speakers to come share this on my podcast. Each time I do that, I get 50 to 100 people raise their hand. And that books me solid for the next 3 months as far as guests for my podcast. And this is how I can get leads on demand that way.
Or write a short article. Write a very short 3 or 4 paragraph article about a topic that you've actually been through yourself. And then you say to people, comment below if you've experienced something like that.
Or
And all
even
of
a
a sudden you
video.
get,
Yeah.
yeah.
Whatever pain point you're solving, say, I just got this result. Who's interested and finding out more, working with me? Let's work together. Or you can do a case study pricing, case study. You say, hey, listen, I'm going to be launching my program in the next 30 days, but I want to do one class as a case study, or I'm going to do it for free or deeply discounted. Comment yes, whatever. And people will take you up on the offer. As long as the offer is right and the pain point, you solve a really serious pain point, then
Can you
people,
repeat that, please? Sorry, that was so good. The
Watch the
case,
video.
Well, also,
the
if you put an article, you've
case,
got me going now. If you put an article like that onto LinkedIn, it will show you by the following week how many people have actually read your article
Yeah.
and how many people have responded to it. And again, you could do a follow-up article. You could say, well, that was just an outline, and now I'll do number 2, and I'll tell you a bit more. And then you'll get twice as many people coming back to you again.
All right, I'll repeat what I said. That's beautiful.
yes,
Thank you,
please.
Christian.
Thank you.
What I was
Case
saying,
study.
it
Yep.
says you can make a post in your audience and Facebook or wherever you say, listen, guys, I'm gonna be launching my program in the next 30 days on solving X for Y. But I will do first a case study or a soft launch for a first group of 5 people where I will teaching you for free, even a deeply discounted rate. Comment yes, who's interested, and as long as the offer is right and you solve a really serious pressing pain point, people will take you up on the offer. And there's many ways that I do that, and I go extensively. We spend an entire day, entire week inside the academy going different ways to do that. So that's one of the fastest ways for you to get actually your first client in literally 7 days by just doing a soft launch or a case study pricing.
Okay, so the soft launch, just say do it for free and probably get some
For free, if it's
just
the first time, if it's the first time you're doing it, yes, you do it
yes,
for free in exchange for a testimonial.
right. That's what I'm saying. So that would be my pay. So it's not really free. I'm getting some testimonials from you,
But
and
I would recommend even the first batch,
mhm.
charge him something so you get some
Okay,
money coming in. Let's say you're gonna sell it for $3,000. Hey, listen, for the first batch, it's gonna be only $1,000. Even
okay.
if one person says yes, you just created $1,000 out of thin air. And that's gonna do two magical things. One is gonna it's gonna open the gates into your mind that hey, this works, and it's gonna validate your idea. Validate your idea for yourself, for the public, but most importantly for yourself. It's gonna give you the self, hey, this works for me. This is magic. This is like crack. There's nothing like getting that notification of someone paying you online for a service that you've offered. It's like crack. It's like literally drug, especially the first times.
Mm.
Once you says, wow, this actually works for me. Oh my God.
I say okay. So
Listen, let's move forward because we can do an entire talk just on that alone.
I know I just had one more question.
Okay. Okay. Last question, and then we'll move on because otherwise we're gonna
Yeah,
be 3 hours.
in that should I tell them what I'm going to be charging for it for the entire program, and this is what you get it for today?
Yes. You say, listen, it's gonna go live in 30 days. It's gonna be 3,000, but for you guys, for the first group or for the first 2, 3 people, it's only gonna be 1,000. That's the
Okay,
case study pricing. That's why it's called case study pricing because you
okay,
have a case study. So again, I go deeply into that inside the academy, and I show different ways to do that to literally show you how to get your first client in the next 7 days, literally starting from scratch. All right. Now, as I mentioned, 30 minutes, 60 minutes a day. Just turn one of your calls into a podcast. Doesn't take long. Here's the next one. Don't know where to get the right guests. Can you relate with that? Where the hell am I going to get my guests for my podcast? Not just any guests, but highly qualified guests.
Hmm.
I
Again,
don't want to jump the gun in what you're going to say, but I was going to
yes.
say something that somebody does on Facebook. But I'll tell you afterwards when you
Yeah,
do
Facebook
yours.
is a gold mine. Absolutely. Facebook, especially Facebook groups, are an absolute gold mine.
Mm.
Don't sleep on Facebook groups. Seriously, guys. I only use Facebook for business. You're not gonna see me post pictures of my food or 25 selfies a day on my cat or dog on Facebook. No. Business, business, business.
I use my personal Facebook page
Yeah.
to, if you like, attract people and collaborate.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking for people I can work with,
Yeah.
not just sell to.
Yeah,
But I make a disclaimer on the front that says my personal page is just my own opinions and my own
that's it. Yeah,
thoughts. Mm.
absolutely. Let's move forward. Okay. Don't know how to monetize that. That's a common thing that is holding people back. Is that something that you guys can relate with?
Mm.
Um,
At the shock of my life, I went on to ChatGPT and asked them how much I should charge.
oh, they do
What
tell you some prices.
what answer did you get?
I think I should be doing one part of what I do should be $5 a day.
Yeah, I agree.
It's true.
And for the
Because
whole program, for what I should
because
charge.
what you
And even did
offer
a strategic plan for me. It was amazing.
because what you offer is really technical, is really high level, and is truly transformational.
But you've got to train it. You've got
Yes,
to train
yes,
ChatGPT to
yes,
you, what you do, what you want to know, and how you want it to do. Then it will almost talk to you as though it's
yes,
sitting next to you.
absolutely. Let's move forward. All right.
Yeah.
So the way to monetize it is, as I've been saying so far, especially on day 2 and 3, very simple. Build a high ticket transformational offer of at least $1,000 around your zone of genius, whereby you're going to be solving one very specific pain point for one very specific person. The bigger the transformation, the more they will pay. And as I said, your business must be transformational, not transactional. That's the key. That's how you monetize a YouTube channel and a podcast from the get-go, even if you're starting with absolutely zero followers or subscribers. In as little as 30 days, you can get, if you follow this, and you bring in the right people into your podcast. I will cover about the numbers in a moment. You will get that first client in the next 30 days, as long as you follow this very simple but highly effective approach. Next, this is a common one. A lot of people, because they do not understand the tremendous power potential of podcasts, they think, I don't see podcasting as a good fit for my business. Not going to help me. Well, guess what? They couldn't be further from the truth. As I said earlier in the start of the class, look at this graph. From last year, it grew by 15 billion, and 3.5 years is going to be growing by almost $100 billion. It's growing at a rate of compound annual growth rate of almost 32%. That's incredible, and this is just in the U.S. So if you were to implement that for the world, it's probably 5-10 times bigger. So podcasting is absolutely booming. There's never been a better time. And also, most importantly, because as I mentioned earlier, high ticket selling is about one thing and one thing only: trust. Now, how do you build that trust? By building rapport. How do you build that rapport? By having heart-to-heart conversation, being authentic, speaking from the heart. And the best way to do so is this. This is why podcasting, for anyone selling anything over $1,000, pounds, or euros, there's nothing better than podcasting. Because again, it's all about trust. Do you see that? Now, as I mentioned on day 2 and 3, $1 billion a day. That's how much people are spending every day, all day, to solve a very specific pain point that they are currently facing. And this figure is from a year ago. So by now it's probably maybe time and a half, if not twice as big. And again, there's no reason that you and me cannot get a piece of this pie. Even $1,000 a day, even $500 a day, even $100 a day. That's $3,000, which is what, 2,500 quid? That pays your mortgage in the UK. 3,000 bucks here in Asia. You know that? You're making it rain. Seriously. So again, there's never been a better time for podcasting, starting a business around your zone of genius, through leveraging podcasting and all that. So again, how would you like? Let's talk about money. Raise your hand if you want to make at least $1,000 per sale. I know for you, Kristen, $1,000 is too low. $1,000 just to even get on a call with you. So
In all honesty, that is low for anybody, even starting people, because one thing I've realized is this: even though I've not been online, I know my stuff. It's because I didn't step out and start a business. I was in a job for how long? And I should have been doing what I was born to do. But there comes a point when you become aware. It's like a day of awakening comes. You said, what am I doing?
yeah,
I am supposed to be out there impacting millions. So really and truly, that is low for anybody. Mm.
preach, sister, preach. Absolutely, absolutely. Maybe I should add 1 0 at least per
Yeah,
that's
that's
per
really
client.
joke money.
You know what?
I know, that's joke money.
You know what? Let me do it right now. Wait. Where's my slides?
Because right out of the bat, if people are there who
Uh,
they think they're not qualified, but life has qualified you. Experience beat trumps trumps book learning any day.
all
Any
day,
day.
all day, and twice on Sunday. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I'll change that after. But anyways, you
I
absolutely.
don't want to hear anything about some. To be honest with you, learning business, I wouldn't go to somebody who teaches business studies at school. I want somebody who has run their own business to tell me how it works. Experience for me, it trumps book work and book learning.
Most
Not
of the
theory
most
is
of the business teachers, they probably never started the business, and they're making what,
precisely.
1,000 a year.
I asked the business teacher at my work, I said, so you are the business teacher, yes. So how is it you don't have one? So all that skill that you have, what are you doing with it? This is what I said. I am now trying to pay and learn. I'm paying to learn how to business works. And you have all that knowledge sitting. Are you joking? This is what I said to her. And she looked at me. I said, what are you doing with it? Because you're here stressing over books
Yeah.
and stressing over raise of pay and stressing over this, people that paying you. And you're sitting on a gold mine doing what?
Similar to that, another parallel example. If I go to a doctor and I see the doctor was overweight, I just walk out.
Just like the gym people. This
Yes, I just
like
walk
this,
out.
yeah, this woman, or this man, they're leading the class and their belly is out here, and I'm thinking, but that's not what I came for. I came to have my belly go, and you have yours. I can't. I get it. You
Yeah,
have goods, but you're selling what you're not. You
theories.
can't do that.
Yeah, theories. But you know what? By the time what you're teaching, by the time you finish teaching, that's already obsolete.
Precisely. This, you see, this is why I am teaching the things that I have been through myself and how I overcame those things, because you're an expert in that. You've gone through it. I want to learn from people who have been hell and back. So when I'm in my hell, you give me the ladder to climb out.
You're speaking my
Because
language, sister. You're
yeah,
speaking my
otherwise it
language.
makes no sense. I'm
You're
sorry, I get real passionate.
you're a fire hose. You're a natural born charismatic leader. You will be a phenomenal coach. A phenomenal coach. Seriously, coach, mentor, activator. I love this word, activator. You activate
Thank
people.
you.
Very welcome. All right, let's take a look at making money with a YouTube podcast. So this is the old-fashioned way. It's what most people, 99% of people are doing. They're all chasing the same vanity metrics, meaning building a massive audience, all about chasing subscribers, views, downloads. Takes a long time, and they're making peanuts. YouTube pays you $1 to $3 depending on per each 1,000 views, depending on the niche and where the person is watching from. So for you to make even $1,000, you need to have 100,000 people watch your video. 100,000 people. And the only people who can benefit from that are those who already are celebrities with a massive existing audience or world-class experts into something very specific. For most people who are not that, it's going to take them 5 to 10 years. I give you guys an example. I was invited to a conference here in March in Da Nang. Just before my talk, there was a guy from the US. Now he lives in Thailand. He started his YouTube channel back in 2019. And he's doing the typical thing, which is documenting his living abroad and selling the dream of coming to live in Asia and making money online when he's barely making any money himself. And so he proudly shared a screenshot from YouTube and Google how much he made in the month of January, $964 after 6 years. But he was happy because that pays his rent in Thailand. Hey, more power to him. But then after that was my talk, when I showed, hey, you can get high ticket clients paying $1,000 each with no audience in as little as 30 days. People are looking at me, what? Is this legal? People lining up. And this is the old way and old and slow way. And this is not what we want. What we want is this way, the magnetic, profitable way. And that is, it's all about having a laser focused clarity and building connection where you talk about and address and solve one very specific pain point for one very specific person. You go deep, not wide. It doesn't matter whether you have an audience or not. You're not concerned at all about the number of subscribers, views, downloads, none of that nonsense. It's all about leveraging your channel to get your foot in the door, to have conversation, to build trust, rapport, and that's how magic works. Do you see how that works? Does that make sense? Does it make sense, Princess?
Yes.
Awesome, awesome. Now, this is a screenshot from just an hour before today. My channel, I'm approaching 1,500. So again, tiny audience, big results, over 100 high ticket clients. Now, and why YouTube? Simply because YouTube is the second biggest, largest search engine in the world. Every day, 3 billion people go on YouTube to look for specific answers for specific questions. When was the last time you guys went on YouTube to look for an answer? Can
All
hear
the
you.
time. All the time.
Yeah, there you go. Same here.
This morning.
Yeah,
Even
exactly.
changed my light bulb.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When
this morning as well. I'm on YouTube every day, to be honest.
So when I did my talk, I had to create a QR code. I had no idea how to create that. I went to Uncle Y. Hey, YouTube, how do you create a QR code? Simple.
Did that too.
See? So again, but the question is, why not you, instead of you being the consumer, being the creator of the content, people coming to you for answers to a specific pain point they're facing right now? This is how you make money with YouTube, not on YouTube. This is how you make money with on YouTube. This is how you make money with YouTube. You see the difference? You need a massive audience here, no audience required. So, and again, let's talk about math and numbers. The math don't lie. As long as your offer is on point, you bring the right people onto your podcast. Even if you were to do one lousy podcast episode a week, there's no reason you cannot get at least one client a month. Now, if you go all in and you do Monday to Friday, 5 podcasts a week, and each time you have meaningful, deep conversation with exact little prospects, the offer is on point, there's no reason that you should not be able to get at least one client a week. And as you said it perfectly, Princess, there's no reason that you cannot come up with an offer of at least $1,000. $1,000 should be the bare minimum. Just the case study pricing, not even the starting point, but the case study pricing.
Mm-hmm.
Your pricing should be at least $2,000, if not $3,000, pounds or euros. So again, that's a bare minimum. Do you guys see how the numbers are absolutely, first of all, how they make sense and they can get really powerful, life-changing. Now, do you currently have an offer of at least $1,000 in your business? I know, Christine, you do. Princess, not yet.
I'm creating it right now.
Okay, perfect.
So I created one already. Didn't like some aspects of it very much. So I'm tweaking.
Okay,
I'm
perfect.
tweaking because the thing is, I want to make sure I'm a very structured person. So I want to make sure, for example, if we're in phase 1, there are some direct steps to finishing phase one and getting the transformation that comes from phase one.
Yes.
So if it have 5 phases, every phase has steps in it. So the end result is not a guesswork, it's a must. You must not do the work to not get the results. That's what I want.
That's
So
it.
that is why I'm tweaking it to ensure that what I give, I'm giving you quality service.
So you can get the transformation you're looking for. Yes.
Yeah, I want them to get the transformation more than anything.
Awesome. I love that. I love that. Now let's move forward. Let's project and think and dream big. What would an extra $50,000 to $100,000, pounds, or euros in the next 12 months be worth to you in your life?
Oh.
Christine.
That's what I want is somebody long term that I can work. Well, I am.
Mm,
I've got a lady and I'm going to work within her organization to get her to where she needs to be.
beautiful. Beautiful.
So I will be with her for at least 2 to 3 years.
Oh,
Delighted.
wow.
Delighted. Hey, we definitely need to do a podcast next week. I want to get the full juicy details about all of that. And I'm going to plaster this all over social media. Okay. Gonna make you a superstar so you can get more clients.
Oh dear. Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah. And I'm also training other people to do what I do. I think that's
Beautiful.
important
Beautiful.
because that's sustainability is for me. I want to. I
Yes.
don't want to go through Brexit again. Let's put
Oh, no.
put it that way.
Yeah. Nobody wants.
That was horrendous.
That's a gold mine, Christine.
Yeah.
What
To train up other people.
to do? Yeah.
Yeah, to do what that's the best thing you can ever do for yourself.
Yes.
I'm qualified to do that. I've been doing that for
And
30
charge them
years.
money. How much can you
I'm-
charge someone
I'm a-
to learn?
I'm a qualified
10 grand
assessor.
minimum.
5,000
10 grand
pounds?
minimum.
5,000 pounds all day,
I
every
can-
day.
I can do what a college does. You don't need to go to college. You just need to come to me.
That's it. 5,000 pounds, a no-brainer, all day, every day. Per head.
That's a 10 grand minimum package, that one.
And the
Yeah.
5,000 is the case study pricing. Absolutely.
Yes.
10,000 is more likely, yes.
Yeah.
I've
One
got 2
client,
people already that want to do coaching and mentoring. So I'm going to teach them coaching and mentoring.
all right, book that call with me next week. I want the full juicy details, okay? Princess, what
You're
about you?
responsible for all this, baby.
Oh, I claim full responsibility proudly.
You did, definitely.
Thank you. Christine, sorry, not Christine.
Yeah.
Princess, what would an extra $50,000 to $100,000, pounds, in the next 12 months be worth to you in your life?
Oh my gosh. Freedom.
What's free? What does freedom mean?
Financial freedom. In the sense that I get to do the things the things I love to do.
Yeah,
And the first thing I would be doing as well is going out to see my parents and spending some quality time with them.
they're in
Make sure
Jamaica.
they're
In
okay.
Jamaica,
Yep.
take your kids, your husband, your neighbors, everywhere.
Oh
you
yeah.
you know.
Oh yeah.
Roll
They
up.
would all be coming with me because one of the offers that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing a 7-day, 7-night offer in Jamaica. So we're going to
A retreat. That's a $10,000
yeah, so it's
package.
a retreat. So it's gonna be a real high premium ticket. So it's like a 10,000 between 10,000 and $15,000 package because what is going to happen is I'm taking them home. I'm gonna book out the hotel and everything and have the speakers and all of it. And then we're going to have, because my husband is also training in as a PE teacher, so he's going to be in charge of all of the fun stuff. All of the fun stuff and the biking on the water, and all of
Activities.
those things, all the activities. So
Yeah.
what they do, they're going to get, say for example, 2 training sessions per day, and then they are 3, 2 in the morning. They have their fun, and then they will have in the evening and the rest of the night they can do whatever it is they want to do on the island.
Love that, love that, love that. Play that
So,
movie in your mind. Let that
sorry?
play that movie in your mind. Let that be your
Oh, I am.
live it, feel it as if it's already here.
Oh,
Imagine yourself walking on those soft, white sands,
oh yes.
tasting that juicy jerk chicken, that cocktail, and listening to the reggae in the background,
So yeah, so it's gonna be a transformational week, but
Yes.
it's like they're on vacation doing it. So the experience is a premium experience. And it's gonna be in Montego Bay. So we're going to land in Montego Bay so that, and the hotel is in Montego Bay, so we don't have to travel too far to get to it. And we just, oh,
Princess,
oh, you
as
don't
I
have a,
always say, as I always say, yes, I'm cheering for you. God is cheering for you. Your family's cheering for you. But you know who's the most important people cheering for you? Your future clients. They're just waiting on the sidelines saying, "Come on, princess, we need you. We depend on you." Hey,
Just all you've got
don't
to
let
do
them
is
down. Don't let them down.
tell them what you've just told us.
Yes.
Yes,
Listen,
you've done it. You've just painted the picture, and
oh,
we're going with you.
I'm
do it.
telling you, I am so excited about, I can't wait to do it because I know it's going to be absolutely fantastic.
Starts
Well,
right here, right now.
I
Yes.
know a colleague who's doing that in Ireland,
Wow.
Really?
and she's got horses, so she's doing
That's
sort of
awesome.
Is that Noreen? Is that
relaxation.
Noreen?
No, it's Rachel, her name is.
Oh, I also know
She's
a
doing
Noreen in Ireland
she's
that's the same
doing a
thing.
retreat with horses, and it's all about relaxation and mindfulness. And she is one tough cookie, I'll tell you. She's really good. And then another lady's doing it in Portugal, and she just had an inheritance, so she's going to use the premises that her mother's left her, and they're all going to stay there, and then they're going to have this great experience, and she's got it all mapped out.
Here's
It's
something else
brilliant. It's a
for you to
story.
add,
No.
Princess. Imagine riding a horse on those beautiful, dreamy beaches in Montego.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to tell you,
Yes.
one of the days, all this is what the day is going to look like. You come down, have your breakfast and morning worship, and then I'm taking them to I don't know if you've ever heard of Dunn's River Falls, and
Okay.
they're going to spend the day in Dunn's River Falls, and then when they're back, we're going to do one beautiful session and then dinner, and then they're going to enjoy the rest of the night. So it's going to be a beautiful, transformative week and a holiday, a premium holiday at the same time.
Leave it,
So
picture
I
it
am
in your mind
excited.
every day.
I said it to my husband and he got excited. I know he's a very calm man. He's not bubbly like me, like but you could see that he's going,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
you're going. And you know what? We might come too,
You know what? That would be absolutely fantastic.
All right, let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Let's move on. All right, awesome. Now, share your offer. Tell us your offer in 1 or 2 sentences. How much? So you said you're tweaking on your offer, Princess.
Just done that.
Yeah.
Um,
You said 15,000. Yes, 15,000. I love that.
that's the premium. That's the
Okay.
big premium away one.
Love
But
that.
the first one out of the bat, I'm thinking of a 5K offer,
Awesome. Is that dollars or pounds?
pounds.
Okay, love that. Love that. What are you
It's a
gonna
5K
Okay.
offer, but I'm going to be layering it. Well, Eileen teaches 5 E's, so I'm gonna be layering it with Eileen's 5 E's, like the event in it. You have the experts. We have execution, extend the opportunity. So all of those things you put it in the offer, and to make it absolutely fantastic. Because the thing is, what I've come to realize is that I don't have to teach all of it. All I have to do is partner with an expert
That's
and
it.
get them to use their
Collaborate.
expertise. Yeah, to teach that. So, for example, I'm getting someone who understands kingdom wealth and how God economies work, because it's so different from how the world's economy work. And every time I have used God's principles of finances, it works. It
Yes.
really works. And even people who are not Christians or anything like that, they use the same principle and it works for them.
Yes, yes. Love that, love that, love that. Awesome.
So I don't need to teach all of it. All I've got to do is make sure, for example, the first session out of there, I'm teaching, I am there as because it's my offer. So
Yeah,
I can't be just the facilitator sitting on the, because I will never be seen as an expert that way. So
yeah.
I have to teach my bit
That's it.
and coach and hot seat and all of these things, and then get the expert to do it, to do their part, every part that somebody in transition needs.
Mhm.
You're going to need the mindset work. You're going to be needing the identity
Absolutely.
work. You're going to be needing the money, a solid financial plan. You're going to need those parts.
Absolutely.
And you're
Absolutely.
going to need the execution.
That's it. And the dream. Let's move on. Let's move on. So let's recap. So far we've covered in the 5-day challenge on day one how podcasting completely changed, transformed, and saved my life. And we talk about the tremendous benefits of podcasting for both you as a person and your business. Day two, we brainstormed to identify your zone of genius and your avatar. Day three, we took that information from day two, your zone of genius and your avatar, and we started crafting your irresistible Godfather offer. Day four, it was all about launching a podcast, and today it's all about getting clients. Now, next step is to implement those. Are you guys excited to implementing those?
Yeah.
All
Princess
right.
has done hers.
Sorry?
Princess has done hers.
Oh, yes.
I am. I'm
She's
still
done all her
tweaking. I'm
homework.
working and I'm tweaking
All
because
right.
I have no choice.
Yeah. Well, I'm not even going to ask this because it's an obvious question. Everybody wants to raise their hand, and $1,000 is almost insulting. As I said, it's insulting. I need to change that. But I put this because just to be conservative and not freak people out. But yes, I agree. It should be more than that. 10,000 easy. All right, now, is it all right if I were to share in a few minutes how I serve people in my business? Raise your
Yeah.
hand. I'll say yes in the chat if I have your blessings to share how I help people. Yes? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I have something very special for those who are ready to dive deeper. However, it might not be for everybody, but it might be the perfect thing for some of you. Now, this is my new offer, and this is what I do. I just implemented that recently because I had an epiphany. So and this is obviously summarizes much better than what I do, than what I shared with you guys yesterday and the day before, as far as what my offer is. So what I do is I help authors, coaches, and speakers build their high-ticket offers around their zone of genius. I mentor them to get the first or next client to their very own profitable podcast and YouTube channel in as little as 30 days. Even if you have no audience to start with and without spamming or spending a ton of time. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
All right, now you have two options. You can think, hey, this is cool, but it's not for me, and do nothing. Or you can do something. You can ask yourself a question that can potentially change your life and your family's life. And that is, how can I implement this into my life, my business, so I can have a system, reliable system to get leads on demand and clients organically, even if you have no audience. And that is by launching your very own profitable podcast and YouTube channel where you simply build trust by having conversations with the exact ideal audience. So I have a very special invitation, an exclusive invitation for you guys, and that is to inviting you into my Profitable Podcast Academy and the upcoming May class, which kicks off on Monday, the 19th of May. For those in the UK, it's going to be 12 noon. For those in the US and Canada, it's going to be 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific. And for those in Australia, 10 a.m. Sydney the next day. So here's an overview of the what's inside the academy. So it's a 4-week program. We go much, much, much deeper into what I barely covered in here. I'll be working with you on a one-on-one and a small group setting. One live coaching call a week on Mondays at it's not 1 p.m. but 12 noon UK time. Then every day you get one daily video lesson. So you're looking at about an hour of your time each day for the next 3 to 4 weeks. And we're going to be working closely one-on-one. And I also offer a bonus Q&A call before the weekly call. So on Monday, 1 hour before, we get on a call to answer any question you may have about the previous week before tackling the content of the upcoming week. And it's a small group, private group. I cap it to 5 students on purpose because I want to work with you guys on a one-on-one basis to help you at the highest level. And and because it's a small group, you have my unparalleled support. You're my number one priority. And those 4 weeks, from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to La La Land, I'm with you all the way, every step of the way. And inside the academy, you have all the other world-class experts, such as Michael, Misha, Mary, she's my publisher, and other experts that I've been blessed to partner with over the last few years. So here's the structure of the 4-week program. So week 1, we're going to spend an entire week to identify and hone in on your zone of genius. Then week 2, we're going to take your zone of genius, the findings of week 1, and we're going to be crafting your irresistible offer and messaging. We're going to spend an entire week to craft your irresistible offer and messaging. And then week 3, we're going to put it together. I'm going to share with you guys all my proven ways to actually get that first client in the next 30 days. I'm going to share all of that with you. I'm going to go in detail in a moment. And then the 4th week is a bonus week, support week, to help you with anything you may have, any question, to spend just with you on that week to cover anything. That's an extra week. Essentially, the program is a 3-week program, but I'm adding an extra 4 week as a bonus, as a support week. Here's the overview, the more detailed version of description of each week. So week 1 is all about identifying your zone of genius. As you can see here, day 1, we're going to be diving into the clarity, the why, the who, and the what. Day 2, identifying your true zone of genius and gift. Day 3, laser focus clarity on what is the number 1 pain point you're addressing. Day 4, laser focus clarity on who is your ideal avatar. Day 5, laser focus clarity on where is your ideal avatar hanging out the most. And bonus, getting high quality guests on your show. All of that for week 1. Week 2 is going to be crafting your irresistible Godfather high ticket offer. So day 1, building and structuring your offer the right way, which is very important. Day 2, clearly outlining the quantifiable, measurable end result of your offer. Day 3, we're going to be looking at how to make your offer transformational, not information. And day 4, we're going to talk about something very important, and that is pricing your offer the right way to make it an irresistible, no-brainer offer for both your prospect and, of course, for you to make it worth your while. And day 5, putting it together, and we're going to be finalizing and creating your irresistible Godfather high-ticket offer by end of week 2. So that's week 2. How does that sound so far?
Good.
So let me get some water. Okay. Now, week 3, this is money week. This is where you're going to be seeing how to get your first client. So day 1, I'm going to be diving deep into leveraging the tremendous power of Facebook groups, and how to leverage Facebook groups to get visibility and build your audience from scratch, even if you have no audience to start with. Day 2, I'm going to be showing you how the big boys, the big girls, so those that they're doing 6, 7, 8-figure launches, how they are building their winning program effortlessly. And that's also how I've built my program, my academy, the exact same way. I'm going to show you how to build your program in as little as 7 days. It's not about what you think, but it's about simply asking your audience and simply giving it to them. Day 3, we're going to be talking about how to get your first paying client in the next 7 to 30 days. Literally. Day 4, this is what's going to take your business to the next level. And I'm going to be sharing with you how you should be running your very own first 5-day challenge, just like the one you're attending. Because 5-day challenge is the best way to get high ticket clients, because you get the opportunity of 5 days to really build rapport, to bond, to build trust, to get to know your audience, and for them to get to know you. And at the end of 5 days, when you make your offer, they will be much, much more likely to say, oh, absolutely, let's do it. And day 5, it's going to be an incredible day because we're going to be leveraging the tremendous power of testimonials, not only to charge more, but to raise your rates. My coach is started 5 years ago, former pastor, incredible sale closer, but without being salesy or sleazy. His first class, he only charged $500. Then he spent the next 30 days doing something that completely changed his life. He spent the next 30 days getting as many 60 to 90-second testimonials from the people that attended his first class. That allowed them to go from one class to another in 30 days to charge $500 to $10,000, so 20x. When was the last time you heard someone getting a 20x increase in a corporate world? That never happens. But a 20x from $500 to $10,000 in business, especially when you're running your own business, when you're providing transformation, that's very possible. Even if you were to double it, how would it feel if you were able to double your rates every 6 to 12 months? So for example, Princess, you said you want to launch a 5,000 pound. In 6 months, that's a 10,000. In 12 months, that's a 20,000 pound. Same thing for you, Christine. You want to teach others how to train others to do bid writing. Even if you were to start a 5,000 pound, which is a no-brainer, within 6 weeks, maybe for you, or 6 months, you can bump it to 10. Within a year, to 20. And people lining up, because why? Because you have the results, you have the testimonials. When people meet me, when they see me, hey, what do you do, Payment? My answer is not that I'm a podcaster, a publisher, or an author or a speaker. My answer is I'm a collector. Or what do you collect? I collect success stories, testimonials. What does that mean? Well, my business is to make sure that my students and my clients win. And I collect their testimonials. Wow. So this is what I mean. Testimonials are game changer, guys. And week 4 is all bonus for us to work together to help you with anything you have, any questions. So I invite you to book a call with me for either this weekend or next week to further brainstorm to see how we can implement these into your business. And again, one thing I want to emphasize, we're not just launching a podcast. We are building an impactful and very profitable business around your zone of genius through podcasting. So 30 days to having a reliable system where you can get leads on demand and clients organically, even if you have no audience to start with and without spamming. That's a game changer, because that's going to allow you to get leads on demand and to be able to get not any clients, to get the right clients, your dream clients to work with you. This is what I mean. Now, you may be wondering, so how much is this? How much is investment for this? So if I were to say, would you pay me $5,000 if I were to make you an extra $50,000 next 12 months? Raise your hand, say yes if you would, say no if you wouldn't. I'll say 3 if.
I would if I had the money, of course. It's worth it.
Yeah.
It's really.
But the good news is that it's nowhere near $5,000. Nowhere near. In fact, I have my own Irresistible Godfather offer for you guys. If you go on my website, it's $4,000, soon to go $5,000. But for the attendees of this challenge, I will give you a $1,000 scholarship. So your tuition is going to be only $3,000. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
All right.
I've done it.
Yes, you've done it. Yes.
I've done it. Yeah.
What's your feedback?
Well, when I came to you, it was Brexit, wasn't it? That's all I wanted to talk about. How do I get over that? I spent 5 years trying to get over it. But I did the academy, and yeah, it's changed everything.
Was that worth?
To be honest, I haven't implemented half of what I was given.
Was
Not
that worth?
half.
Was the money that you spent worth your investment?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely. I've told other people that definitely it was the best money I've ever spent.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm really honored. And listen, I didn't know that. I'm really delighted, sincerely delighted you get 30 people attend an event and you have 5 clients. I'm in a way upset for you not telling me that. So we gotta change that next.
I didn't realize. I've head down and I've just been getting on and doing it.
Yeah,
And the one you sent to me anyway was Susan
yeah,
in
yeah,
Arizona. So
yeah.
yeah, she's one of the 5. So I mean, I got a referral as well out of it. So the referral that you sent me was as good as what I paid for the academy.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm really delighted. So with the tuition of only $3,000 with just 1 or at most 2 clients, you will recoup your investment. As simple as that. Actually, my coach has been threatening to kick me out of the program. I paid him $10,000 because he's thinking I'm charging way too little. Even my sisters were very successful in the corporate careers. They're telling me, why are you so undercharging? Because when I was living in Canada, they saw me getting on calls all the time, over delivering, being, offering unparalleled support. They're telling me, what? This is at least $10,000 offer. Why are you charging so little? And my answer is because I want to make it affordable for the people that need it. Just like I said, I want to build it the way I wish existed when I was just started a few steps ago. I built this program for me that I wished existed when I was starting just a few steps ago. As I said earlier, build everything you do the way you wish existed and you'll be golden. So again, it's not a pitch, it's my invitation. I would be beyond honored, Princess, to have you in the class with us on the 19th of May. Let's book a time for even this weekend or next week to brainstorm and see how we can further, how we can implement that into your business and actually get you to have your own iTicket offer in business. And again, with 1 or 2 clients, you're going to recoup your investment.
You sent me a link on in the group, isn't it?
Yes, I will private message you my Calendly.
Okay.
Let me know whether this weekend on Monday or Tuesday.
Okay.
I'd love to I want to get on a call with all of you guys for 2 reasons. First, to brainstorm to see how we can help you. And second, I would love to get a quick testimonial about your experience with the challenge.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So a quick, and also because I want to show you how testimonial works. And yeah, short testimonial, 2-3 minute testimonial. And also we're gonna brainstorm deeply to see how we can answer your questions. Bring your question on the call. We're gonna brainstorm and see how we can create your iTicket offer in business, not just your podcast, because the podcast is gonna be the icing on the cake.
Right.
It's gonna be literally what makes the podcast profitable is the impact. What is the pain point you're solving and for who? And that's all based on your zone of genius. You said it perfectly. It's all about you're the best qualified to teach someone on what you overcame. I love the way you phrased it the other day. So listen, any questions so far on anything I covered?
No questions.
Okay.
No, let me know when you want to talk to me.
Oh yeah, the testimonial.
Yeah, sorry, I would say book my calendar. No, that's not proper. I can't even speak. Time on my calendar. Right, you can't book my calendar is mine. Now,
Okay.
so
Okay.
book a time on my calendar for anytime next week, and let's rock and roll.
Okay.
You have my calendar, Christine, or want me to send it to you again?
Send it me again.
I'll
Yeah.
send it to you. No, I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So if you have no more questions, have a fantabulous rest of your day. Book that time with me, both of you fine ladies, and let's change lives and inspire people and make a boatload of money together.
Okay.
All right.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Okay.
Take care.
Talk to you soon. Best of luck, Princess.
Thank you. You too, Christine.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.